What's up, YouTube? This is Lord Zath bringing you another episode of Zath's Replay Theater. In this episode, we have BelgaraththeSorcerer, a fellow clanmate of mine, in the Longjiang. Or Longjiang, or let's just call it the LJ, because it's fun. And he's in the new Tier 2, what do they call it? Pan-Asian Destroyers? And, ooh, Goblin Fart, that's kind of a fun name. And, yeah, this is the first week of the release of a new line, which means that you will always see a ton of people playing it. So, let's talk real quick about Belgarath's setup. I'm going to try not to do too much other than maybe pausing it every now and then to kind of show what's going on the map. But I think that that's causing some replay bugs, so we'll see what happens. Anyway, Belgarath is going into, interestingly enough, a Tier 2 with Premium Camouflage. Now, personally, I don't recommend that, just because I don't know. I hate to... The XP gain at Tier 2 is so low. I wouldn't bother using it. That's just me. But anyway... about the ship, if you take a look at the ship, it's got pretty good torpedo range of 8.5 kilometer, I believe. You can see the ring around here, boom. He's got premium consumables on, speed boost, which he just activated, smoke generator, and damage control party. And interestingly enough, he's got 5 charges of smoke screen expert, which tells me that he is running a captain that's got the superintendent skill. Now, this is the Pan-Asian destroyers are interesting in that the torpedoes are completely useless against destroyers. That's right, folks, they will sail harmlessly underneath. So, getting into knife fights with destroyers is not a good idea, unless it's another Pan-Asian destroyer, in which case you can laugh as he fires his torps at and they just sail right underneath you. So, like that. I'm not sure if Belgarath is trying to torp through the smoke or catch the Friant off guard. He might also try to get that Longjiang to run away, which is a possibility. Now, the guns on the ship, as you can see, are pretty decent. And what Belgarath is doing is he's trying to win this side of the flank as the Caledon on his team goes down. And there's the torpedoes. Jesus, those were detected pretty darn early. I'd almost wonder if he's running vigilance too, for the ultimate in seal clubbing setup. But anyway, as you can see, the walkie-talkie is finally using his guns. I don't know what took him so long. He probably could have competed against Belgarath here and at least gotten him down to half before dying, but it looks like he's just going to have to settle for taking away like 1200 HP and that's it, which is kind of frustrating. I don't know why Belgarath is doing individual shots there. It's almost like he's trying to hold his shots for reserve like a battleship player would, but there was no point to that. I think he should have just, dumped them all and gotten the kill. Anyway, still, it doesn't matter. He got the kill. He didn't take the damage. Now, he's not running any flags. I just want to mention that, which at Tier 2 makes perfect sense. As a matter of fact, I'm trying to figure out myself personally how I want to start doing my grind, because with the 100% to XP bonus, for the first 15 wins, it almost feels like I want to hold on to that until later tiers. But how do I get there? Do I free XP my way up? I don't know. So for right now, I've just been playing co-op, so I can slowly but surely get a little bit of XP here and there. Anyway, enough about me. Let's take a look. I'm gonna pause and let's see if this pause feature can work. So let's take a look at the mini map now. You can see that there's the battle's kind of ranging along this entire line. Both sides have lost a ship, or 2 ships. And there's not much else to comment here. I mean, obviously the caps are close, but you can see that there's destroyers that are carefully guarding either approach. the majority of this flank is obviously the heavy side for the enemy. For Belgarath's team, they're more spread out. So in order to really win this battle, what Belgarath needs to do is he needs to push hard on this flank and wipe out 2 or 3 of these destroyers. If he can do that and get around behind the Kawachi and Dresden, he can finally start using his torpedoes to do some stuff. The other thing that we haven't seen yet, I'm going to go ahead and start playing this because I think at this point we're good. And there's really no easy way for the enemy team to just penetrate through this line, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens. But anyway, what we haven't seen happen yet is Belgarath smoke firing. And the reason I want to bring that up is because, especially with premium consumables, the new Pan-Asian Destroyer line is really good at just sitting in smoke and just shooting out of it. If you run premium consumables, you run the November Foxtrot flag to reduce reload, you basically, I think, are exposed for all of 10 seconds, not even, when your smoke ends. And so as a result, you can just kind of sit in smoke and pew pew away like crazy. Now you can see that the enemy team has pushed hard, very hard. Ooh, ram! It has pushed hard into Belgarath's team, into the cap, and one of those destroyers just went down, and now the enemy team has a ship advantage. And the Dresden is attacking. You can see that that he's looking to do some. He's reversing, interestingly enough, to get in there. So we'll see if Belgarath's torpedoes manage to hit. A lot of players don't expect these torpedoes. The deep water torpedoes are special in that, like I said earlier, they don't run under destroyers, but they're also very hard to detect. So you don't have as much time to react to them as you used to, which I think is kind of important. You notice, by the way, that Belgarath is not running with priority targets, so he doesn't know how many people are shooting at him, which I think is a bit of a risk that he's taking. He's probably running preventative maintenance so that he doesn't lose guns, torpedoes, and engines and rudder as much, but in the process, he doesn't know when it's time to smoke up. Like right now, I'd be smoking. As a matter of fact, I would have smoked a little bit before that, and I would have continued to smoke as my engine was out. And the reason for that is simply if he goes and gets set on fire again after smoking, that smoke will stick for a long time. So you can see now he's able to pew this Dresden from smoke, and he doesn't have to worry about it. He can also get free shots on the Kawachi. You saw he was predicting that the Dresden was going to continue to move forward and accelerate, and so he shot ahead of that gray cone. Now, if I'm the Dresden and I'm speeding up, I'm also turning, but you can notice how he's not turning, and you can see also that Belgarath's shots are definitely going to miss. But maybe he can get a lucky hit on that Kawachi. We'll see. So clearly, just go and shoot the next. And you see what Belgarath's able to do here. As long as somebody else is spotting for him, and that's the key, then he's able to just keep shooting. And there it goes. He's able to keep shooting the enemy from behind the safety of smoke. When Freon just got detected, he can shoot the Freon, and oh my god! Oh, that accidental kill. That's beautiful. And that's why long-range torpedoes are just hella fun. And the Kawachi takes some torpedoes. Dresden is finally getting tired of him and trying to run him down. And now Belgarath is going to fire his torpedoes again. Try to get this Dresden out of the way. I probably would have held my torpedoes for about now, because now the Dresden is showing a flat broadside and it's easier to hit. Fortunately for you, the enemy team has wasted an awful lot of resources trying to kill you. And this Longjiang, I mean, LJ can't do anything now about Belgarath. He can torp the smoke, and the torps will just sail underneath. So that's not a concern. High caliber, tier 2, love it. The Kaladin, however, does have torpedoes. I believe they're 7-kilometer torpedoes. And as a result, he's got to be careful with where those torpedoes come into play. They're standard torpedoes, which means he can die to them. The enemy LJ is in Belgarath's cap. Citadel with HE. Just stupid. Anyway. Cue the torpedo beats music. Yeah. And those of you that have watched enough YouTube videos, you know exactly what torpedo beats music there is, so I'm not going to bother making the sounds of it or playing it for you. You can just play it in your head. Now, Belgarath's doing a bit of a gutsy move here, which is getting out of the smoke to spot. The smoke screen is going to end anyway, so he's trying to reposition, get an idea of where this Kawachi is so that he can get some shots out before the Kawachi detects him. Kaladin gets the kill. This is a close game. If Belgarath is able to take out this Kawachi, though, he's got a good chance of winning. And you can see he's using his speed to his advantage and his concealment. He's concealed down to 5.2 kilometers. So you can see he's just skirting the edge of concealment there. And South Carolina takes down the Kaladin, and that's huge. Yep, your torps missed, dude. Why did they miss? Because the jerk actually turned. And what I would say about that is you never know, with especially a low tier, but personally I like to spread my torpedoes out a little bit more if I can help it. Now you can see that Belgarath is looking to start the shots. He's kind of expecting his team at this point to have it in the bag and to support him if needed. And the Kawachi's turning away. And this is where priority target would come in really handy to know if the Kawachi's targeting him or not. You would expect him to be, but we don't know. Smoke would help now too, just to get some free shots on the Kawachi and also, like, you know, not die to this guy. But you know, hey, if you want to go for that, go for it. All right. Now the smoke comes into play, and see, now if the Kawachi had been looking to shoot him, Belgarath probably would have gone down a long time ago. Oh, barely made that. Belgarath being very, very aggressive here, feeling that he's got the game in hand. Personally, I don't know if I would do that. But, I mean, you know, there's the LJ coming in too, and South Carolina obviously supporting, so chances are good that he's going to win this. So we saw no derps in terms of replay bugs, so that's kind of cool. We're gonna kind of take a look at the situation here as the Kawachi goes down. I'm gonna try to spectate the Kawachi and see if we can watch him die. So Belgarath doing a nice job here at tier 2, not losing his nerve, choosing his engagements. You notice how he really only fought one-on-one as many opportunities as he had, instead of charging into the center, getting focused like a lot of people will typically do. So that's important. And aside from that, you also saw him using his concealment to his advantage. He's definitely doing a little bit of SEAL Club action here at tier 2 with a captain that's got at least 10 points on it. And nice fire. That's going to seal the deal probably for this Kawachi. And yeah, man, good job, good game. It's, I think, something that hopefully can help a lot of people that are starting off with their Pan-Asian destroyers. And I'm going to continue to feature some additional destroyer replay. I'm going to be looking to keep it to some of the more higher tier because, come on, let's face it, tier 2, really, you know, what's the point? But you know, it is what it is. Let's see if, while we're waiting for these torpedoes to hit, or the game to end. Where is it? It hasn't shown up yet. And Kraken unleashed at tier 5 or tier 2, guys. This is just silly. Anyway, again, thanks for watching. We didn't get to see the Kawachi appear, unfortunately, but we got to see those torpedoes kill him in slow motion. So there you go. So once again, thanks all for watching. Feel free to comment, like, subscribe, all that good YouTube junk, and send me replays, and I'll feature them. Take care, guys.